And welcome to Mostly Satisfactory, my Let's Build series that takes place in the game Satisfactory. Now, last time we've been working on 4 islands at once, which is a kind of a jump. And we built that island straight out there. And we want to build 2 more islands out here. But the problem that you might have spotted, I didn't spot until I was editing the last video, is that I made a mistake when I was making one of the last islands. It's off by 1 foundation piece. And so to start off with, we'll head to that. Fix that mistake and then start working. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces in this walkway between islands, and there's supposed to be 9, right? So this island is 1 block too close to the other islands. And I can see that here. There's the middle one, and then there's only 1 blank on one side and 2 blanks on the other. So I screwed up. Not the first time, probably won't be the last time, but and you know, if you watch this series or you watch any of my series, you know that I have a bit of a compulsion problem. So knowing that it's 1 off, I can't just keep pressing on without fixing it. I'm going to have to fix it. So that's what I'm doing. I can't. You have to be careful when using control while deleting. It's a great tool for when you're just going to wipe out whole swaths of blocks at once. But if you need to be kind of careful about what you kill, it's probably better to continue being careful with it. So, we gotta basically wipe out a lot of the work that we put into the last one. Not everything, just should be a quick edit, but oh, well, the stairs will slow things down. Anyway, so like I said, what we've been doing is this is version 3 of the base, and in version 3 we came up with this idea that we want to get up off the ground and kind of build in a modular way to facilitate both additions and expansions, and just basically being able to scale our production in the future. Which at the moment what we were doing in version 2 of the design was actually much more workable, only if that was going to be the final state of things. But the thing with Satisfactory, it's never the final state of things. As you progress through the game, you learn to build more and more stuff, and it's not like what you press on so that we're going to build more stuff, but the stuff we already built stays. That part's kind of true, but the stuff that we already built not just stays, but we have to expand upon it, right? So, for example, in the case of this copper, when I first started, I could make copper wire. That was it, right? And then, but then later, I learned to build cables, and that uses the copper wire. So not only do I need copper wire in its own for its own purposes, but I needed to build extra copper wire to then use to make cables. And then later, I learned how to make copper sheeting. And that is another industry onto its own, right? And undoubtedly, something's going to pop up later that's going to need like copper sheeting or more wire or more cable. And you see, whatever I would have built in the past, take care of my needs at that time, will undoubtedly be not enough, right? And we've already seen that, because let's kill these off. We've already seen that in that I was with the iron. You had rods, and we made a bunch of those. And you had sheets, we made a bunch of those. And you had screws, which you make out of the rods, and we made a bunch of those, and everything's fine. But then they said, well, you got to make these rotors, and you got to make these reinforced sheets as well. Well, gosh, that took a bunch more stuff, and I know for a fact that that's not going to be the end of it, because right now we're working on not working on oops. We're working on moving to steel production. Well, here's a spoiler alert in that steel undoubtedly requires the use of iron, right? So everything I'm already doing for sheets and rods and screws, it's gonna have to be amplified, because undoubtedly that's gonna play into steel. I'm not quite sure how yet, because we haven't completed the researching steel production, but that's what we're gonna do. So that's why I'm going through all of this, right? That's why we're doing it like we're doing it. But you see, if this was some other game, that would be driving me nuts, right? It's like, well, why didn't you just tell me up front, right? But they don't need to, because the way Satisfactory works is, first of all, there's the thrill of discovery as each new thing or technology is made available, and that is part of the point, right? Is this steady progression that builds upon itself, and but what's more is the guys who programmed this were pretty clever, and they basically built the game so that you could experiment and learn without paying a penalty, except time and effort. But you don't lose really materials, and everything you put into something you can get back out, and so there we go. That is the beauty of the system. Now, it is a relatively peaceful world. I'm not saying it's completely safe out here. That's vertical, but it's one of the most chill and overall satisfying building experiences I've come across. So, and once you get going, it's kind of hard to get stopped, right? So, okay, I think that fixes that leg, and this leg, well, there's nothing to fix there, so we should be able to just jump back up here and now fix the whole power connections that we just tore down. So let's see. Two, three, four. So this is the middle, or since this one's against the rock, it's going to get cut short, but this is where the walkway would be to connect to other islands on the grid. And we can actually push this out one. Nope, can't shoot the tree. I am going to need to pull out my trusty dusty chainsaw and do what chainsaws do. I bet you saw that coming. Cutting sense of humor. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I would stop if I could. Oh, I know it's been a while, and these jokes kind of go across against the grain, but anyway. Okay, let's put these rails back. And now we can finish with the light situation. This adds to my light workload. But I think you'll agree that our future will be brighter. Okay, lines up, and this, and then we'll put one in this corner. And this corner here is, there's a suspicious rock underneath that looks like it's ready to go if I could just find some explosives to remove it. Some hidden secret. So looking forward to, I'm actually looking forward to explosives for a few other reasons too. Now, you know, during the holidays, the game has a holiday event, which we're coming up on. So it's been, wow, over a year, almost a year. Anyway, and the holiday event is called Fixmas. You know, kind of a play on Fix It, name of the company, and Christmas, the primary holiday of the holiday season for a lot of people. During that holiday last year, I actually got some explosives, including some nukes, I might add. I'm a little hesitant to use the nukes because they leave a radioactive residue. But, and, you know, then I was questioning 3, 4, 5, 6, I can't see. Okay, let's do this again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was questioning the wisdom in giving me, well, any player, but me in particular, nukes. I mean, bombs in general and nukes in particular, because, you know, that's just crazy. That is just crazy. But, you know, in hindsight, I can see that they weren't completely crazy and that they didn't give me the ability to detonate those items. So, yeah, I got a bunch of high explosives in a locker someplace, but I don't have any way to to trigger them. So, maybe they weren't completely crazy after all. Okay, I want to cut down some more of these trees without triggering this stupid gas plant. I think that'll do it as far as the trees for this island. So let's put away the chainsaw and get back to work here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one side. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that establishes the side of an island, whole side. And now we just need to connect them. No, not the chainsaw. Let's start on this side. You know, that's 2 layers in, 2 rows. Can I get up here a little bit? There we go. 3. And then 4. 5. Let me get over here. Okay. 6. 7. And not quite. Whoa, why am I out? No, invalid placement. I'm not out of materials. What's last time it was, this is how we discovered that broken rock portal. So what's stopping me? Oh, so we found some quartz. Of course we did. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Got it all right. Yeah, okay. And then let's get out of here. It's hard to work in. Okay. Yeah, now some of these islands here are constrained, space constrained, and we'll try to put resources on those islands that kind of match constraint, right? Because like the most constrained one that I built last episode over there, that is I can't pick these up while I'm in build mode. That one I will probably build with the copper sheeting, right? Because I foresee that while I might need to expand my copper sheeting in the future, it'll probably not need to be as expanded as much as like wire and cabling. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that establishes one side of this island. Now, of course, we've been working on revising our base. One of the things that we've been doing is when we've been building things like conveyors and pass-throughs and all these other things, we actually have multiple tiers to choose from. Well, at the moment, it's 1 and 2, so it's more than one, I guess, is multiple. But and you know, the higher tiers are faster and more efficient than the lower tiers. But we're still building tier 1 on everything, and that's simply because tier 2 requires a whole lot of reinforced plates, and I am producing reinforced plates, but not at a very fast clip. So there's just no way I could or would have enough reinforced plates to do all of this new infrastructure in tier 2. And that is, in fact, the whole point of this base makeover, is that we want to be able to do that. We just, but there's no way we would be able. Oh, I'm missing materials. Okay, missing concrete. Has happened sooner or later. So the whole point is we want to be able to scale up our productions to be able to crank these things out at the rates where we can then use those as a primary building material. Not there yet. So and of course there. Oh, there's one of my doggos. You know, where's the other one? I feel kind of bad about leaving them out here because, for one thing, I've lost track of them. I found one, obviously, and I don't know where the other is. And I was thinking about this. Maybe I need to build a pen for the doggos. And now that I know where one is, I'm debating about whether or not that's something I should do right now while it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, give me some concrete. Because the thing about the doggos is, well, they're doggos, right? So I want to take care of them. And let me see. I have a bunch of quartz squirreled away. And maybe some silicon. I mean, I got some silica on me, but here's all the quartz. So yeah, let's just grab some of this and make a bunch of silica. We'll need those for windows, because what I'm thinking here, originally I was thinking that maybe I would build a pen underneath an island, right? And that keeps them sheltered and out of the weather, but you know, what's the use of being outside if you can't feel the sun on your face, or in this case your back? So then I thought, well, maybe I should build a pen between islands, which is where I'm thinking now. But then, they need some cover. Well, there's a walkway that runs right down the middle between islands, and that will provide some cover. So really, all I need to do is build some walls, and that should be it. Now, the thing about building the walls, I think I would like to build walls with windows because I want to, if I'm going to pen them up, I want to give them some space, and I want to give them some Caterium. Okay. I want to give them some windows and stuff so they can see the outside world, right? It's a quality of life issue. So that's what I'm going to do. So now the next question is, where will the pen be? And I think this is a good spot right here. There's no we have some poison gas generating trees and stuff underneath some of the islands, but this one's pretty open. And I would have thought that the wall would, it snaps to the side of a foundation, but I thought it would snap to a side of the foundation like this, and it doesn't. And it'll snap to the face of a foundation, but with a half foundation there, kind of comes out messy. So what I need to do, maybe I can get it to snap to the bottom of a foundation. Let's try this. And no, it won't snap to the bottom of a foundation. I know it for a fact it snaps to the top of a foundation. Hey, kiddo. What you got? Ooh, what are these? Chocolate bars? Encased industrial beam. Okay. Beam me in. Thank you. Okay. That's not going to work. So, which wall was I using? Okay, foundation. Maybe, no, I was kind of hoping I could place a foundation in the ground. I've been playing a lot of Enshrouded lately, and you can place a foundation just immediately underneath the surface. But apparently this is obviously not Enshrouded. Okay. Open to ideas here. It's not very helpful. Let's see. If I do that, that doesn't get me anything. So, oh, if I can place one here and vertical it, right? And then this is the most roundabout way of doing this I could imagine, but it did work. Okay, so there's one wall. Let's do that 3 more times. Oh, this foundation doesn't reach all the way down. That is a problem. Now that I know about it, it will drive me crazy. Okay. Back to the walls. So I can put a wall like that. And then this wall, I will have to do. No, I don't want it to overhang. I want it to fit flush with the wall. No, it still overhangs. I want it to fit flush with the corner of the leg. I wonder if this wall's even going to be tall enough to keep the dogs in it. Huh. See if I can get this aligned. There we go. There we go. So if I can do it there, I can. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So now, let's take these two pieces back off. 3 pieces. My mistake. I can count sometimes. Let's see if he comes over. He doesn't even pay any attention to me. So, okay. So, note to self, it doesn't look like they really look through windows. Or Mac OS. So, let's see. Okay, let's do this again. And then I can come down. Uh-oh, this one, no, it's the same as there. I think we'll be okay. Now, this works for keeping them in, it looks like. How about getting them in, right? Because I can't get them to jump in after me. So we're going to need to add a door or gate somehow. And, oh boy. So, the problem I have is that there's an even number of wall pieces. So I would want to remove one and replace it with a door. But since there's an even number, and if I only remove one, it's going to be to one side or the other, and that is going to drive me nuts. So I want it to be in the middle. So give me a half wall. Roll up gate. Conveyor wall. I find it amazing that there is no half wall. And I can't get walls to, like, I can get them to clip all other ways, but I can't get like a wall to clip halfway through another wall. Okay, so let's go with a foundation. Maybe that'll let me snap pieces the way I want them. Apparently not, because I need it to get snapped to... Oh, let's try this. Turn it and then try. Nope, that's off by half. So that works. And then the next one would come over. Oh. And we can kill these off. So now I can build a wall with a door on it to match that row, like that. And we can kill these off. Now we just have to fill these bits to either side of the wall with the door. But seriously, I can't believe they won't give me a half wall? And I can't get this clipping to clip. Oh, you know, Well, I don't want to hijack the whole episode with this. I think what I can do is just go with the half foundations like I did to get my references in the first place, right? My reference point. So if I bring that down, vertical, there you go. And then kill off the upper pieces. So do it again on this side. A little awkward, but it works. And I guess at the moment, that's all I'm concerned about. Set it to always closed. And what you got? Oh! Thank you, kiddo. Seriously, let's see if we can find your brother while I'm out here. Here, boy. Here, boy. Yeah, it's a pretty weak whistle. I know. Let's see. My fear is he may have wandered off too far. I don't know if they wander into danger. I mean, we got some of those gas plants, and I don't know if they would attack a doggo, or a doggo would know better. I hit it so hard I could see through it. That's a new one. And I don't know if a doggo would know better than to go there. I don't know. I'm thinking we'll just press on and mark him as MIA, missing in action. Too bad. I like my doggos. But, you know, if they're anything like real dogs, sooner or later they'll come home. There's whole movies made around those, so... Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I feel bad. Feel bad. Life is full enough guilt. I don't need guilt from my video games too. But it is what it is. Okay. So we got the power connected there. We got the islands basically made. Did I get all the leg work done? Nope. And we need a bridge from here to there. Oops. Here we go. Oh, why is it not? Oh, I'm on vertical. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So sometimes these blade runners are a little too effective. So yes, I went from saying I can't tell the difference to yes, I can tell the difference to like maybe it's too much. Okay, let's kind of clear out this walkway. No, I think that one can stay. Let's, whoa, 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 whoa! See what I mean? Oh, oh! I'm ricocheting off stuff. Okay. Ugh. At least I didn't go all the way down there. There we go. Cut it from up here. Nice. This one's definitely in the way. This one's kind of in the way too. As is this one. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. It's looking real good. Nope, don't stop the game. Let's build a lookout tower and see if we can paint some roads and borders here. Of course, I never lay this down with the ladder facing me. Almost never. Okay. So obviously I can't reach as far as I want from here. Can't reach the foundation underneath this. Yeah, we just need to do this from on foot. Don't want to kill it. I don't want to chop it. There we go. Oh, there must be a slug there. We will get to that in due course. Let's open this gate. And pressing on. Let's see. So this one's all colored. It's just the road from this one that needs some work. And then we couldn't reach everything on this one. Now we can. Oops, there we go. Compulsion, compulsion, compulsion. Okay. Oh, not there. Not there. Let's see. Let's start back to where we were here. Okay. Okay, that takes care of colors and patterns. Oh, that actually made my stomach churn a little. Okay, let's go and finish these legs. Actually, it looks like I got the main leg done on each of them. I just need to do the fancy bits, which of course never line up the way I want them to. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And now at this other corner. Ugh. Careful about these gas plants. Ooh, I didn't put one on the corner over here. Okay. Let's get that done now. I have a whole unsupported corner. A mistake on my part. Oh, this one's going to activate. Let's see if I can get this. Too close. Way too close. And whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm getting vertigo again. Okay. let's pick up some of this leaves. I almost walked over it because this vegetation kind of hides the drop off. And I think that's by design. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. How am I going to get that slug? Okay. Wow, I still feel a little perspiration on my brow from looking over that edge. Ooh boy, it's a good sign of a game if you can trigger your phobias in a realistic way because of the game. I don't know if it's desirable, but it's a good sign as far as you've achieved the illusion that you wanted to achieve. Enough to trigger off my fear of heights. Yeah, you sit down. I'm not going anywhere near you until I get bombs. Then I'll come after you. Let's see if I can do this from here. Yep. Okay, now we can get these other legs done. It lined up nice and easy on 3 of them, and the 4th one gave me problems, but that's okay. Let's do these half. Yes. And there he is. I assume it's him. I don't imagine a doggo would run up to me otherwise. Hey, buddy. And you got a motor. Okay. Come on, buddy. We gotta put you in a pen. As far as pens go, it's pretty nice. Nicer than anything I put you in so far. We're going through a pretty obstacle-strewn course here, so I want to make sure he doesn't get stuck on something. They excel at getting stuck on things when you want them to follow you, and they are very clever at getting around things when you don't want them to follow you. Kind of like real dogs and kids. So... yeah, one of my daughters has been kind of sick lately, and trying to ask her, you know, how you feel? Are you getting better? And it's like I kind of need something more to go on than that, right? You know, I can't get her to, you know, just tell me where it hurts. Are you getting better? Are you feeling worse? It's like pulling teeth. It's almost like an interrogation. And yet, if I just ask her, how was your day? The entire trip from school, you know, next 10 minutes in the car is a non-stop stream of everything that happened without the use of punctuation, so I have a hard time keeping track of one thought to the next. I couldn't shut her up if I wanted to. So, just like doggos in this game. Just... they don't talk, but you get the point, right? When I want them to do something, I can't get them to do something. If I don't want them to do something, well, I can't stop them. Okay. Is there a half wall in here? I'll hold that thought. Hold that thought. I need tickets, right? In case there's a half wall. Could have swore I had a bunch of tickets. While we're here, let's look at finishing the next tier. I need frames and rotors to finish steel, right? I need 9 rotors and 16 frames. I can do the frames here real fast. Yeah, I got more than enough stuff for frames, so let's make 16 frames. Yeah, 16. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 10, 12, 14, or more. 16. Okay. And we can add these to the mix. Okay, now I need 9 rotors. Again, I produce them. I'm producing them slowly though, but there should probably be 9 in here. 34. Let's cut that in half. 17. Cut that in half. There's 9. Oh, now I gotta climb back up. There's stairs over here. Yeah. Okay, this should finish up steel, which is going to give me a bunch of stuff that it's going to complicate my how I lay out the iron, because you know steel's on the other side of iron. So we'll get to that probably next episode or later.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
I missed that sarcastic, ever so critical voice. Oh, this is my Christmas stuff. Okay, we'll leave it floating in the air for now, but we'll need to move that back in. That's the Fixmas stuff I was telling you about. So let's climb back up here. And let's extend from this island to the new islands, and that should complete all the bridges. This one's gonna require some pruning, some landscaping here, because we've got a lot of trees in the way. Let's see if I can zoom. I don't know what's the problem. Missing materials. Okay, I'll go as far as I can, but I'm missing iron plates. So, okay. And this area that I keep running back to right here, this is what remains of version 2 of the base. You know, this incorporated everything I learned in version 1 of the base, which quickly taught me that that wasn't good enough. So then I made version 2 of the base, and that not quite so quickly taught me that that wasn't good enough. So now we're in version 3 of the base, and you know, I've been stepping through this blindly all the way through. So I'm sure there's probably better or more efficient ways of doing this than the way I'm doing it, but this is what I've come up with in my own little personal isolation. I can't get this like I did the other ones. I have to get all the way down? Seriously? Oh man. How about you? Can I? Nope. Okay, well let's finish this. So now, of course, some of you have been leaving comments, and first of all, for people leaving comments, thank you very, very much. That's a whole lot awesome. That's what that is. And you know, some of those comments are I mean, some of them are very encouraging. Some of them are a little less encouraging, but there has been some definite interest in how I'm approaching this, because I don't think most of you who are veterans would have approached it quite the way I'm approaching this. That tree, I think it could stay because I think it doesn't stick out the top, but it's just weird that it reaches like that. Anyway, many of you have made it clear that this isn't how you would have done it. You wouldn't have thought to do it this way. But that being said, most of you acknowledge that that's part of the fun of the game. There's a bazillion different ways you can go about this. And though some people very definitely make it clear that there is a right way and a wrong way, most of you are very supportive about me doing my own thing, right? And I really truly thank you for that. Thank you for the encouragement, the advice, and the tips, right? I guess advice and tips are the same thing, but well, unless you're tipping me money, then I guess advice and tips aren't the same thing. So if you want to tip me money, by all means. The best way to do that, as a matter of fact, is go ahead and purchase a channel membership. They're only $3 a month, and that supports me in all my endeavors here. Plus, and normally I don't ask, but I've been without a job for a couple months now, so I'm a little less reluctant to ask than I used to be. So anyhow, any support you want to provide would be greatly appreciated, whether it's just watching the video, which works, or commenting, thumbs up, subscriptions, channel memberships, leaving me in your will. Any of those work. I'm perfectly happy to accept any of those. So let's see. Okay. Building the infrastructure before we can start throwing constructors and conveyors and all that jazz out here. Now, I might have to get that slug sooner rather than later. I still don't need to get him now, though. The funny thing is when I started on this base design, right? So the base design, in case you haven't paid attention, is based on 9, right? So each island is 9 foundations by 9 foundations, and the walkway between islands is 9 foundations. And when I originally started setting this up, I thought that this would give me an insane amount of real estate to build upon in this newbie zone. And quite frankly, it does give me a lot of space to work with. I missed a pole here. But not as much as I thought. I mean, when push comes to shove, it is not quite as expansive as it originally felt. Right? Out of these 4, I thought I would be able to fit all 4 of these in without hindrance, and 2 of them got crunched up against the rocks here. There we go. Not a bad thing, though. I mean, I'm still getting my feet wet. But now I'm starting to wonder when we go to... once we're done with the copper here and we start going into iron, and then, of course, now we got steel to worry about. Okay, there we go. Oops. Not okay. Not okay. I guess I'm not saying I'm worried, but I'm just, you know, that is going to take up a lot more real estate than I thought it would. And I think we have it here in the newbie zone, but you see, I know that, you know, I've only scratched the surface, right? We're working our way through tier 3. We're almost done with tier 3. With the iron done, I mean the steel done. I think there's 1 or 2 more technologies, and then we move on to tier 4, which I haven't scratched. So there's that whole tier. So there's still lots and lots of stuff ahead of us that I already know about, and there's even more that I don't know about. So you know, at some point, I'm pretty sure we are going to need to revisit this this base design. But because of the way I set this up, the beauty of this base design is like the modularity works. But I think that if push comes to shove, if I need a major expansion and it looks like I don't have the room to move horizontally, we can move it up, right? Basically duplicate the island system 1 level up. I'd have to redo the legs somehow, but I mean, that's small potatoes. I could easily do that. Hadn't really thought about it till now, but and as far as I understand, you could essentially build up and up and up forever, or close to it. You can go up into space or close to it. So that being said, I think we have all the room we would ever need. But, you know, we'll push into other biomes, and maybe there's opportunity to build in those biomes exactly like we're doing here. I don't know if they'll be connected. I would like for everything to be connected, like one big, you know, system. I mean, they will be connected. What I'm saying is, I would hope that the foundations and these islands that I'm building now would extend into those other biomes, instead of kind of like having one set of islands in one biome and then a separate set of islands in another and connecting them with conveyors or something. I'd try just to extend this grid pattern out. Now, obviously, looking to the north there's a wall of cliffs. So if we go that route, we're going to have to literally step it up. Because, you know, that's a different vertical elevation. But anyway, these are things we'll handle when we get to it. Not a big deal. Of course, that's one of the advantages of coming to the party so late is, you know, I know anything's possible because there's plenty of people who have come ahead of me, and they've essentially proved that anything's possible with their designs, and they completed the game as it stands already, so I know it can be done. Still, I want to do it my way. Okay. So we're almost done with the power. Oh, looking at the clock, it looks like that will be close to all the time we have for today. And I'm just thinking if there's anything else we could get, some little thing we could get done before we close out the day. And this is why the power company cuts down all those trees by their wires. It makes it a whole lot easier to work on those wires. Okay. Takes care of the power. I've got doggos corralled. We'll set up constructors and stuff next time, and conveyors. And we'll have to, I mean, we figured out how to build production islands, but one of the things we're gonna tackle for the first time is building a full-blown smelter island. So we'll take a look at that too. Let's see what we got on the next tier. So next, enhanced asset security. And then there's a bunch of stuff in 4. So inventory slots, hand slot, and Xeno Basher. I think the Basher is like my Excalicane, which I got from Fixmas activities. So I need 11 more plates, a little over 400 more rods, and close to 1,500 wire. But that's all stuff that I'm sure I have. We can actually finish another technology before we sign off. Let's see. That's rotors. Well, that's screws. There we go. So let's just grab all of those. And now you wire. I got oodles because production stopped, so that tells me this thing's full. Likewise, oh, well, the rods are still working, so I don't have a full production set of rods, but that should get us going. And then, let's see. Yeah, I think that's enough. Okay. Oof. And there you go. It's been a few episodes since I did 2 at the same episode.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna, and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
You know, the lady who did the voice acting for that, I wonder how many takes she had to do, because I would just burst out laughing trying to say all that with a straight face. Industrial storage container. Build gun upgrade. Power storage. Okay, there's hyper tubes. Okay. I don't know what a hypertube is, but it looks like you build a network of them. I'm assuming it's like transport, so yay. Still looking for tickets. I thought I had tickets someplace. Well, let's just see if there's anything to spend tickets on. Conveyor wall hole. I mean, there's stuff that's unavailable. 2x2 sign. Shelf unit. Okay. Indoor lighting. Customizer. I got some new textures. This is what I'm after, walls. Show me a half wall. There's no half wall. Ooh, structural cable pack, beam expansion pack, structural frame set. That would be nice. Well, shoot. I guess it doesn't matter. I couldn't find my tickets. I don't see... the bits I want to work with. Huh, man. Okay, let's build an observation tower over here. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. See, put it right here in the corner so I can look at the new islands. And how come I can't build it on the... oh, I saw it. There we go. Oh, and the ladder's even facing me. Okay. I'll go buy a lotto ticket after this, because apparently my luck is running great. So there we go. So the 4 islands are set up. We're ready for setting up production next episode. Plus, I was able to find both of my dogs, and I've got them safely penned in what I hope is an appropriate and humane space. And we actually advanced 2 milestones today. So that finishes up whatever tier that was. I think it's tier 3. So we actually got a lot done. I wanted to automate these 4 islands, but that was probably never going to happen. So we got the islands made. We got a lot of stuff done. And I was reminded that I have signs, which I haven't even figured out yet. So it was a great episode. A lot of good stuff. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed it enough that you'll come back and join us on the next episode of Mostly Satisfactory, where we will continue this whole process. But in the meanwhile, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.